Have you ever been punished for something you did not do? Hello everyone, I am Shweta and welcome to English with Shwe. On this channel, we learn English through stories, not grammar rules, not long exercises, just stories that stay with you. Today's story is over 2500 years old. It was written by a man named Aesop, a storyteller from ancient Greece. And yet, this story could have happened yesterday in your school, in your office, in your home, because some lessons never get old. This story is called The Farmer and the Stork. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you will learn 5 powerful English words and one lesson that you will carry with you for a long time. Let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a farmer. He was a hard-working man. Every morning before the sun rose, he was already in his field. He prepared the soil with his own hands. He removed every weed, watered every row, and one season, with great hope and effort, he planted seeds across his entire field. He was so excited. He could already imagine the harvest, the golden crops, the full baskets, the reward for everything he had been doing. But one morning, something changed. The farmer came to his field and noticed something strange. Some of his seeds were missing. Not all of them, just some. But every other day, a few more were gone. The farmer became curious. Curious? When you are curious, you want to know something. You want to find the answer. You ask questions. For example, I am curious about what is happening in my field. We will come back to all 5 words at the end. For now, let us stay with the story. The farmer asked himself, who is taking my seeds? What is happening here? He decided to find out. So one morning, long before sunrise, the farmer quietly hid near the edge of his field. He waited, watched, and then he saw them. A group of cranes flew down from the sky and landed right in the middle of his field. They walked slowly between the rows and began eating the seeds, one by one, calmly, as if the field belonged to them. The farmer felt something rise inside him. He had worked so hard, he had given so much. This was not going to continue. That evening, the farmer made a plan. He spread a large net quietly across his field. The next morning, he returned, and there they were, several cranes caught in the net. The farmer felt satisfaction. Satisfaction is the good feeling you get when something works exactly as you planned. The farmer here felt deep satisfaction because his plan had worked. But then, the farmer noticed something unexpected. There was another bird in the net, not a crane, a stork. A stork, a tall, elegant bird, long legs, pointed beak, clean white feathers. Clearly different from the cranes, the stork had been lying nearby and had accidentally become trapped in the net, and in its struggle to escape, it had injured its leg. When the stork saw the farmer approaching, it became frightened. Please, the stork cried, please spare my life. The farmer stopped. He looked at the stork. He said nothing. The stork continued, I am not like these cranes. I have never touched your seeds, not even once. I am an honest bird. I live peacefully and I love my family. Look at my feathers. I look nothing like them. I do not belong here. Please, you have no reason to punish me. The farmer became silent. He looked at the cranes, then he looked at the stork. The stork felt a small flame of hope. Maybe he understands. Maybe he will let me go. And then the farmer finally spoke. Maybe everything you say is true. But when I found the cranes, I found you. With them. You chose their company. And now you must share their fate. The stork lowered its head. It understood. It had done nothing wrong, but it had chosen to stand among those Who had? And then one choice had changed everything. But maybe the story isn't really about the farmer or the stock. It's about us. Now, I want to ask you something. Was the farmer right? The stock was innocent. It had stolen nothing. It had hurt no one. But it was found in the wrong place with the wrong company. You know, you know, Aesop wrote this story 2500 years ago in ancient Greece. And yet, how many times have we seen this happen? A student gets in trouble because of who they were sitting with. An employee gets judged because of who they spent lunch with. A person loses their reputation not because of what they did, but because of who they stood next to. Whether the farmer was right or wrong, I will let you decide. But Aesop is telling us something important. The world does not always wait to understand your full story. Sometimes it judges you by the company you keep. Choose wisely. Now, let us learn 5 powerful English words from today's story. These are real words that people use every single day. So, our first word is going to be curious. Curious. When you are curious, you want to know more. You may ask questions, you investigate. For example, I am curious about this story. She was curious about the new student in class. Say with me, I am curious. Now, our second word is going to be innocent. Innocent means you have done nothing wrong. You are not guilty. The stock was innocent, but it was still caught. He was completely innocent of the crime. Say with me, I am innocent. Now, our third word is reputation. Reputation is how other people see you, what they think about you, what they say about you when you are not in the room. For example, it takes years to build a good reputation. Your reputation follows you everywhere. Our fourth word is consequence. A consequence is the result of a choice. Every choice, every action has a consequence. The stock suffered the consequence of bad company. Think before you act. Every action has consequences. Now say with me, every action has consequences. Our fifth word is judgment. Judgment is when someone forms an opinion about you based on what they see or what they know. Here, the farmer's judgment was harsh but firm. We should never make quick judgments about people. Now say with me, don't judge too quickly. 5 words, write them down, use them this week. And before we finish, one expression from the story. It is a very famous English proverb that is actually the moral of today's story. It is, birds of a feather flock together. Flock means to gather in a group. This expression means similar people spend time together, and the way people see you is often shaped by who you flock with. So, birds of a feather flock together. Now you know where it comes from. Now, before you go, one question. Are you team farmer or team stork? Was the farmer right, or was the stork treated unfairly? Write your answer in the comments. I read every single one and I will reply to you very soon. This story, by the way, is from Aesop, a man who lived 20,500 years ago and never went to school. He was said to have been a slave, and yet his stories are still being told all over the world thousands of years later. That is the power of a great story. Thank you for being here. If this story stayed with you, share it with one person today. And if you want a new story every single week, subscribe to my channel English with Shwe. I will see you in the next story very soon. Thank you.